another one that's consumed much of the week and still is right now. I'll just ask it point blank. What the hell is happening with Kyler Murray? What happened? What is going on?
Yeah, that's a great question. And something caused him to strip the Cardinals from his social media platforms the day after the Pro Bowl. See, I think he went to the Pro Bowl, and somebody said something that got him thinking about something, the possibility of playing for a different team, playing in a different location, being a Tom Brady or a Matthew Stafford, picking his next shot. And it may have been a manifestation of frustration about the support or lack thereof that he has around him. And then it goes next level with Chris Mortensen reporting on Sunday.
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah, and I've said this a few times, so I guess I shouldn't measure my words carefully now. I'm uncomfortable, and I did not get a journalism degree. I never went to journalism school, but through 20 years I've kind of learned where the hot button topics are and where you can get yourself into trouble. Sharing an opinion like that, self-centered, immature, and finger-pointing, with unnamed sources backing it up, that makes me uncomfortable, because there are surely people who don't believe that. There are surely people who interact with Kyler Murray who believe that he's exactly what he needs to be for a 24-year-old franchise quarterback. And look at some of the other quarterbacks around the NFL. When things aren't going their way, they become self-centered, immature, and finger-pointing too. I mean, Tom Brady slapping around the Microsoft Surface and getting in people's faces when things aren't going his way. And he's admitted he doesn't handle those situations well. I mean, Kyler Murray has gone through crap the last 3 years in Arizona compared to what he dealt with in high school and college, where he lost a grand total of 3 games at both levels combined. So it's awkward, it's weird, but
somebody had to tell him, right? Like somebody had to tell him that, right? Somebody had to tell Mort that, and then somebody from his side told Mort, that Kyler feels he's being scapegoated, and I'm just wondering where all of this came from, right? Like where, obviously it came from other people, but there is a description of clearly something's up, and then Murray calls what we're talking about, the Mort stuff, nonsense, when the nonsense became public when he scrubbed his Instagram account like a spurned high school sweetheart. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of don't understand like where it goes, right? Because unless it goes to I demand to get out of here, the Cardinals have him contractually in the fold for what? At least
2 more years,
right? And then
franchise
franchise tags after that. So what's it about? Like not getting the Josh Allen deal right now? Do you think is that what it is?
And for it to come up so quickly, if it's contractual in any way, shape, or form, for it to come up so quickly, the most reasonable explanation is he has told the team, "I'm ready to do a contract," and they've said, "We want to wait a year." That would be because you wouldn't be at a point where you'd be at the kind of impasse where you would act out in early February. It wouldn't. It's too early.
Right.
It's too soon. It would be along the lines of, "Hey, I'm ready to go," and they're like, "Well, you know what? You had the injury, and we want to give it one more year and see where it goes from here." And almost like the Baker Mayfield situation or the Lamar Jackson, although that's different dynamics with Jackson, but I think that it's possible if it's contractual, Kyler's ready to get his reward, and they're not ready to give it to him. Or it could just be he's sick of losing. But surely he's seen enough in 3 years in the NFL to know that you're not going to go 15-2. You're not going to dominate. You're going to have to scratch and claw and fight. And I don't know what other team he would want to play for, unless there was some stuff about Mike Evans and does he want to go to the Buccaneers? I don't know. I sure feel like the Bucs are going to be looking for one of these other guys, whether it's Deshaun Watson or Russell Wilson. I know Ian Rappaport mentioned those two as possibilities for the Buccaneers to trade and replace Tom Brady, but maybe Kyler Murray's in play. And I don't, even though I'm uncomfortable with that opinion-driven anonymous report, if it came from Michael Bidwell or somebody close to Bidwell, then you have to wonder if they're reaching the point where they're ready to make a change, which is stunning because he's the guy. He was their guy. He was the guy they had to have. They threw Josh Rosen overboard to get him in 2019. It would be amazing if they have a divorce after only 3 years.
And he's also supremely talented, I mean, and whatever caused the late season collapse for 3 straight years, clearly he has a role in it, but not the sole role in it, and having DeAndre Hopkins is not a bad target to have. I mean, be that as it may, I mean...
Hey, he's got the ultimate leverage too, Rich. He's the only guy in the NFL that can say, I don't need football. I can go play another professional sport.
Right. This would be the very wrong time to pull that lever, though, when
right,
Japan is the only option. And you and I have been through the labor wars. You see, when they call for federal help, and your management, that doesn't look good, and then it's rejected by the union. I don't even want to go there. That's how I lost all my hair. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.